Alright, this is going to be part one of how to make still images with the lips in them, like the moving mouth, so you can make your pictures talk. Usually you see it like on the Conan O'Brien show. Now for this you will need, I only know how to do this for Photo Booth for right now. What you'll need is Quartz Composure and a program like Pixelmator or Photoshop. I'm only doing this for Mac. And you need Quartz Composure because that's how you can make different effects for Photo Booth, because that's what I am using. The Mac stores all the effects in your hard drive under Library and Compositions. That's where all of your effects are actually stored for Photo Booth, and that's where we're going to be putting our new one. Alright, now first what you need to do is you need to go find a picture online, or just anywhere, pictures of your friends, pictures of yourself, whatever, doesn't matter. And then you'll have the original picture here, and then you want to open that up with either Pixelmator, Photoshop, whatever program that you're using. Because what we're going to do is we're going to delete the parts that you want the video to show through, because this will actually overlay our video. Now for me, I just like to do the mouths. So I'm going to take my erase tool, and make sure to use the ones that are kind of have the soft edges. You don't want sharp edges because it doesn't blend in and it makes it look weird. So we want the softer edge erase tool here, and you just delete the mouth or eyes or whatever you want to delete. And then after you're done with that, you want to save that. File save as. I don't know what program you're using, so I don't know what your process of saving a picture is, but I'm just going to put Bush. I'm going to save my copy as. Make sure you save it as a PNG file, because the PNG files, they don't have any layers underneath or anything. If you save it as something else, you automatically get like a second layer behind that, and there won't be any see-through parts. The PNG actually saves it as kind of like transparent. Whatever's missing is going to be see-through. So we're going to save that, and save it right here on my desktop. We're going to close this. Don't save. Alright, so here's my original, and here's the second one that I just made. And this is the one we're going to use for Photoshop, and then my photo will show up underneath of it. Or my video, sorry. Alright, now to open up Quartz Composure, after you have installed it from the installation disk, you're going to come up here and click on the hard drive, and then you're going to have a developer folder. You're going to click on developer folder, and then you're going to, inside the developer folder, you're going to have an applications folder. Double click on the applications folder, and you're going to have Quartz Composure. I want to double click on that, open up Quartz Composure. Now, Quartz Composure is going to pop up, and you're going to have this thing, a little thing that drops down. It's going to ask you what you want to do, if you want to use a template. If it doesn't pop up, you can go to File and New from Template, and that'll get the same effect. This will pop down. Now I want to click on Image Filter, which is right here. It's like the little green TV looking thing. I'm going to click on that. Just click Choose. And you're going to notice another little window pops up, and it has a picture back here. But we're not going to be using this picture, so don't worry about that. Just leave this window up, but in the background. Now, just like with anything else, you can click and drag. You can make a box. Just click and drag, and select the X and Y optional things here, and then we can just hit the delete key, and the delete key is just going to get rid of them. I want to do the same thing to the process the image box. We're just going to take process the image, and we're going to delete that box as well. And notice that the picture that was in there has now disappeared. Alright, so now we need to make our own box, and it's going to be a render in image box. Now to get anything, we're going to go in the upper left hand corner where it says Patch Library. We're going to click on Patch Library, and in the Patch Library we're going to click on this little drop down menu. Then we're going to go and find Environment, which is right here. Click on Environment, and you're going to look for Render in Image. It's going to be right here. It's going to be in this list, and then you can just double click on that, and it's going to pop the Render in Image box down here. Now from here, what we want to do is we want to double click. Make sure not to double click up here. That'll ask you to change the name, but you want the name to stay, just Render in Image. But what you want to do is double click down here. It's actually going to take us into that box. Now I know it looks like everything disappeared, but it actually didn't. If you look up here underneath the Patch Library in the upper left hand corner, you see Root Macro Patch and then Render in Image. If we click back here, Now that actually takes us back to the beginning, but we want to be in the render in image box. Okay, now that we're in the render in image, we're going to open up the library again, and we're going to look for, in the drop down menu, we're going to look for render. And in the render list, there's going to be an option called billboard and clear. You want to double click on clear, double click on it once, and then on billboard you're going to double click once and then double click twice. So that's going to give us these three little boxes. We have clear, you can click and drag these things anywhere you want. You have clear, billboard, and billboard 3. These are actually layers, like you have layer 1, we have layer 2, layer 3. Okay, now that we have this, we're going to right click on billboard 2, and you're going to insert input splitter and just click image. You're going to do the same thing for the next one, the billboard 3. You're going to insert input splitter and do image. Okay, now with these, I always change the first one to what's my background image, and then this one down here I leave the same. Alright, now that we've done that, go back here and click on the billboard 2 again. And up here in the upper right hand corner, you'll notice that there's a parameters box. We're going to click on that. It's going to open up this little thing on the side. All these options should be the same that you'll be dealing with, but the only thing you want to change is down here you want width to be 2, and you want the blending to be add. And then we're going to click on the second billboard, or which is actually the third layer. And again, you want the width to be 2, but the drop down list is going to be over. So make sure that's over. Okay, now we can click on the parameters box again, and we get rid of that little side thing here. Now, after you got that done, you want to right click on this first box that we made that I changed to background image, but if you didn't, you don't have to. It'll just say image, but just right click on that, and we're going to go to publish input, and then click on, because the name of it's background image, it'll show up background image, but if yours is image, it'll just say image. We're going to click on that, and we're going to type in input, capital I-N-P-U-T. Input, hit enter. Nothing shows up, but it is there. If you go back into that, right click and publish input, you'll notice that background image now has in parentheses quotations that it is input. Okay, now we're going to come down here to image. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to right click, publish inputs, input as front image, capital F-R-O-N-T, no space, capital I-M-A-G-E, front image. Okay, now from here, we're going to go back to the root folder, or to the root patch, excuse me. It's going to take us back here. Now this is the very beginning where we started, and now notice when we double click on here, this is what we have made inside the render in image patch. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the root macro patch, and I'll just drag these out of the way. Now what you need to do is right click on render in image, and there's going to be input or insert an input splitter. We're going to have that be front image. So we're going to click on front image, and now the front image comes down here. And now you notice when we open up parameters, we have an input image here, which was that flower picture, which we're going to delete. And then we have preview mode, which is actually comes from this box right here, which is a preview mode box. Now what you want to do is you want to right click on the front image box, and we're going to publish the inputs. Click on input and spell it just like you did when we did last time. It's going to be front image, so capital F-R-O-N-T, no space, capital I-M-A-G-E. Hit enter. You notice that front image now pops up, and that's what we wanted. And then we can click the little parameters box here. It'll close that, and now that we have this, I will have to continue the rest in part 2 of the video.